Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the bizarre and fascinating lives of the weirdest and craziest kings in history. From extravagant castles to peculiar habits, these monarchs left an indelible mark on the world, often shrouded in mystery and controversy. Throughout the ages, the weight of the crown has driven some to the brink, leading to behaviors both baffling and tragic. Join us as we journey through time to uncover the stories behind these eccentric rulers, exploring the historical context that shaped their reigns. Get ready to discover some truly unbelievable stories. Nestled amidst the soaring peaks and shimmering lakes of Bavaria, there lived a king unlike any other. King Ludwig II, often remembered as the Mad King, was a man of contradictions, a ruler both revered and ridiculed. Ludwig's reign was marked by a deep appreciation for art, music and architecture, most notably the works of Richard Wagner. This passion manifested in the construction of extravagant castles, each one a testament to his grand vision and a drain on the royal treasury. Neuschwanstein Castle, perhaps his most iconic creation, stands as a testament to Ludwig's romantic ideals, a fairy-tale fortress seemingly plucked from the pages of a medieval legend. Its towering spires, opulent interiors and breathtaking setting have captivated visitors for centuries. But Ludwig's eccentricities extended beyond his architectural endeavors. He developed a reputation for his nocturnal wanderings, often venturing out alone into the Bavarian wilderness, seeking solace in the company of nature. His reclusiveness and lavish spending fueled rumors of madness, whispers that echoed through the halls of power. In 1886, at the age of 40, Ludwig's reign came to an abrupt and mysterious end. Found dead in Lake Starnberg alongside his physician, the circumstances surrounding his demise remain a subject of debate to this day. Was it suicide, an accident, or something more sinister? Ludwig's legacy is a complex tapestry woven from equal parts brilliance and tragedy. He was a visionary, a dreamer who sought to create beauty in a world often marred by ugliness. Yet his eccentricities and detachment from reality ultimately led to his downfall, leaving behind a legacy forever shrouded in enigma. In the annals of history, few monarchs have embodied the fragility of the human psyche quite like Charles VI of France. Known as Charles the Mad, his reign was a tragic tale of mental illness and its devastating impact on a nation. From a young age, Charles exhibited signs of instability, prone to fits of rage and paranoia. But it was in 1392, during a sweltering summer expedition, that his grip on reality truly began to unravel. While riding through the forest, a sudden noise startled the king, sending him into a violent frenzy. He attacked his own companions, killing several before being restrained. This marked the beginning of a descent into madness from which he would never fully recover. Charles became convinced that he was made of glass, a belief so deeply ingrained that he lived in constant fear of shattering. He wore specially padded clothing and refused to allow anyone to touch him. His delusions extended beyond his own body. He suffered from memory lapses, failing to recognize his own family and at times even his own reflection. The once powerful king was reduced to a shadow of his former self, his kingdom teetering on the brink of chaos. Charles's reign became a period of political turmoil, with factions vying for power as the king drifted further into his own fractured world. The 100 Years' War with England raged on, further weakening France's already precarious position. Despite moments of lucidity, Charles's mental state continued to deteriorate. He spent his final years confined to his chambers, a prisoner of his own tormented mind. The reign of Charles VI serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of mental illness, even within the seemingly untouchable realm of royalty. Few names in history evoke such a visceral reaction as Caligula, the Roman emperor whose reign was a whirlwind of debauchery, cruelty, and madness. Born Gaius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, he ascended to the throne in 37 AD, initially greeted with hope and adulation. However, this early optimism soon gave way to horror as Caligula's true nature revealed itself. His rule was marked by a descent into tyranny, his actions a bizarre and terrifying spectacle that shocked even the most hardened Romans. Caligula's reign was a catalogue of excesses. He indulged in lavish banquets, reportedly dissolving pearls in vinegar just to demonstrate his wealth. He constructed a floating bridge across the Bay of Baiae, simply to prove he could walk on water. But his extravagance paled in comparison to his cruelty. He delighted in torture and humiliation, often forcing his enemies to watch as their loved ones were executed. He declared himself a god, demanding to be worshipped as a living deity. One particularly infamous anecdote recounts Caligula's supposed affection for his horse Incitatus. He lavished the animal with gifts, a marble stable and even a house. Some accounts claim he planned to appoint Incitatus as a senator, a testament to his increasingly erratic behavior. Whether these stories were true or embellished by his enemies, Caligula's reign of terror left an indelible mark on the Roman psyche. His name became synonymous with tyranny, a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power. In 41 AD, after just 4 years of rule, Caligula's reign of terror came to an end. He was assassinated by his own guards, stabbed to death in a palace corridor. Though his time in power was short, Caligula's legacy of madness and cruelty continues to fascinate and horrify, a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within the human heart. The Ottoman Empire, a vast and powerful realm stretching across 3 continents, witnessed its share of remarkable rulers. But even amongst the sultans and conquerors, Ibrahim stands out, his reign a tumultuous blend of extravagance, paranoia, and cruelty. Ascending to the throne in 1640, Ibrahim inherited an empire at its zenith, yet his reign would be marked not by conquest or consolidation, but by a descent into madness that would leave its mark on the Ottoman dynasty. Ibrahim's early life, spent confined within the walls of the cafes, a gilded cage reserved for potential heirs to the throne, had left him deeply scarred. Surrounded by luxury but deprived of freedom and human connection, he emerged as sultan emotionally stunted and deeply suspicious. His reign was characterized by an insatiable appetite for pleasure. He indulged in opulent feasts, amassed a vast harem, and spent lavishly on perfumes and furs. His obsession with women was legendary, his harem said to contain thousands of concubines, but beneath the surface of luxury and indulgence lurked a darker side. Ibrahim was plagued by paranoia, convinced that enemies surrounded him, plotting his downfall. He responded with brutal purges, executing anyone he perceived as a threat, real or imagined. His cruelty knew no bounds. He reportedly had his entire harem drowned in the Bosphorus Strait on a whim. He ordered the beards of his courtiers to be shaved and personally oversaw the torture of those who displeased him. Ibrahim's erratic behavior and tyrannical rule alienated his court and destabilized the empire. In 1648, after 8 years of chaos, he was deposed in a coup led by his own janissaries, the elite soldiers sworn to protect the Sultan. Imprisoned, and later strangled to death, Ibrahim's reign serves as a cautionary tale of the corrupting influence of absolute power. His story is a reminder that even in the most opulent of palaces, madness can fester, with devastating consequences for both ruler and ruled. In British history, King George III's reign is a poignant reminder of the human toll of mental illness within monarchy. Known as Mad King George, his story blends duty, illness, and loss. Ascending the throne in 1760, George III inherited a vast empire. He was a devoted ruler and family man, yet a storm brewed within his mind. George III experienced bouts of debilitating illness. He suffered from acute mania and confusion. These episodes were interspersed with deep depression. The exact nature of his illness remains debated. Some attribute it to porphyria, others to bipolar disorder. Regardless, the impact on his reign was profound. His illness led to erratic behavior and an inability to fulfill his duties. The monarchy was thrown into turmoil. During his worst episodes, George III was confined and subjected to cruel treatments. The sight of their king in such a state shocked the nation. As his condition deteriorated, a regency was established. His son, later George IV, assumed control. George III spent his final years in seclusion, blind and deaf. His story is a tragic reminder of the indiscriminate nature of illness. His reign, marked by achievement and tragedy, testifies to the enduring strength of the British monarchy. From the fairy tale castles of Bavaria to the opulent palaces of the Ottoman Empire, we've journeyed through time to uncover the stories behind some of history's most eccentric and enigmatic rulers. These monarchs, often misunderstood and misrepresented, offer a glimpse into the complexities of human nature, the burdens of power, and the fragility of the human mind. Their stories serve as a reminder that behind the crowns and titles, kings and queens are ultimately human, susceptible to the same frailties and passions as those they rule. Their legacies, often a blend of brilliance and madness, continue to fascinate and intrigue us centuries later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating historical content. See you next time.